Hi, my name is Sami from Project Control Services. In this video, I will introduce our new application. This application is about managing and monitoring of the prerequisites. When we develop a construction schedule, the duration of the activities gets calculated or estimated based on the scope of work that they cover, and we assume that all the prerequisites will be available at the start date and activity can start as planned. However, this assumption generally is not correct, and when the worker wants to start the activity, they find that the work area is not safe, it's not easily accessible, materials are not on site, or sometimes even drawings are not available. As a result, instead of working on activity, workers start working on the prerequisites. Therefore, the activity gets started late and finishes later than the planned date. Then, as a result, entire project gets delayed. As far as we know, none of the scheduling software has a feature to manage the prerequisites. Therefore, in this application, we try to develop a platform to monitor and manage the prerequisites. So if you would like to know more about this application, please stay with me and watch the video until to the end. And let me know if you have any questions or comments. The application has two sections. At the top, activities that we copy paste them from the schedule. There are three buttons for this section: clean sheet, group and outline, and prerequisite form. At the bottom, we have the prerequisites planning form. The form has 5 tabs: safety, documentation, access, machinery, and material. It means we can manage and monitor 5 groups of the prerequisites per each activity. Also, we have the summary status table at the left hand side that summarizes the status of all the 5 groups of the prerequisites per activity. So when we select activity at the top, the table gets updated as well as the tabs. So let's add some prerequisites to some of the activities and see how does it work. This is the activity that we have. So in order to add the prerequisites, I select the appropriate tab. Click on the add, the window will open. If no action is required, we can simply select no, then the application will fill up the fields. Then we can click on add. If we require to do some actions, we can say yes, action is required, and safety item is platform is not safe. An action HSE to inspect the platform. Who's responsible? HSE and construction. If we have a supervisor or area manager, we can add the name of the person and the start date. It should be a couple of days earlier than the activity start date and should be enough to complete the action before activity start date. This is the old schedule, and I will go back to the earlier dates. Safety item has been added, and as you see here, the finish is open, and we can come back and later on and update once it has been completed. Next step is documentation. This is the piping, and let's add some documentation that we require for this. It is isometric. It is available, let's say. We require piping GA. It is available. If we have some drawing that is not available or some documentation that's not available, we can add it and leave the finish date open. So let's look at the access. Action is required, let's say yes, and status is scaffold is not built yet. Action, complete the scaffolding team, and HSE. Start date again should be earlier than the activity start date and has to be enough duration in order to complete that prerequisites before activity start date. Now we have added this one. Let's add machinery. We require crane. It is available, but we require to send the request. Responsible is construction team or supervisor, and again it should be the start date should be earlier than the prerequisite start date. Now I added this one. Next one, let's add material. What are the materials that we require? We require piping spools. It is available, but it is at a laydown area and they must transport them. The action then will be transport the spools to field and Responsible is material management. Start date. Also, we require some valves in there that has to be installed. It's not available because they are at the warehouse. So action, transport them. The valves, transport the valves from warehouse to site. And responsible is material management. Again, start date should be earlier than the activity start date. So we have added prerequisites to two activities. Now we could update them. The process is very simple. For the safety, for an example, click the tab and then select the item, click on the update button, and we can update as per the actual completion date. As soon as we update that, the finished date will appear to the table. The next one is the documentation. Only one item is here that we require to close it out, and it become available this date. Updated, access, we could get it week after, and the machinery. Our request has been approved by the crane management team and we received the approval, let's say a few days or week after the request. Next one is the material. The spools are available on site, and then we have the valves. We could transport the valve few days after the request update. And then pipe supports, we received them from the warehouse on the 21st, and from the workshop it was a little bit longer and we received it on the 30th of September. So we have updated the prerequisite for this activity, and as you realize that the summary status as well gets updated. It indicates that all the prerequisites are completed and activity should be able to start as planned. So this is the quick demonstration of our application. Working with it's very simple and it doesn't require any kind of training or even a user manual. Although it is very simple, but I would say it has a good feature to monitor and manage the prerequisites. And if it's used properly, effectively, it should be able to assist in saving time and start activities on time. Also, if you require to implement this application in your project, we recommend that to assign it to a specific team that is not busy with a daily work and day-to-day job, so they will focus on these prerequisites and prepare them before the activity start date. I will close my presentation here, and if you have any comments or questions regarding this application, we will be happy to answer them and discuss in detail if it's required. So until next time, maybe with the next application, thank you very much and bye-bye.